Hello, garden buddies. Good to see you again. Thanks for stopping by, and welcome to Gardener on a Mission with me, Tony, the Tiny Gardener. This video is just going to be a quick little spring tour, garden tour of what's going on here in the last week or two of April. Temperature, I think, right now is like 55. Sun's out. For us, that's perfect. I know for my southern buddies, you'd be like 55. Good Lord, that's cold. Yeah, I mean, I guess it would be for you guys, but for us, that's pretty good April. That's a real good April. April day. So, just a quick thing. Disclaimer: overlook, please, all the weeds. I've got 1.5 beds weeded, and got the pre-emergent down into one bed. So I'm working on that, and then I'll show. And I know I agree with everybody. The garden would look so much better weed free. But it is what it is. I'm one person doing this. Well, I shouldn't say one person. My wife does help me some. But we've got other things we're doing. So it is what it is. So just please overlook the weeds. We'll get there. You can see the boxwoods are needing, they're needing to be pruned and shaped. You can see the strawberry cream hydrangea is leafing, growing. You can see the storm cloud Amsonia is coming up. Actually has got some flower buds on it there. I don't know if you can see them yet. The serendipity allium coming up through all these weeds. I don't know what this little weed is. I got to figure it out. But this stuff, these little flowers, when you pull it, those pop everywhere. So that's why you have a constant mess of them. You can see the, I can't think of the name of that right now. You can see it's coming up. You can see the silver clouds. I forgot what this was called. I have to look that up. You can see that apparently I did something right with those. If you remember last fall when I was planting these Crown Imperial Fritillaries, there's special instructions for planting that bulb, and if you don't plant it right, they'll get rotted. They'll rot out over the winter with all the water and stuff. And I really was thinking they bloomed later in the year, but here they're already up and blooming and looking beautiful. And I've got some in the front yard. I'll show you that all the neighbors walking their dogs and walking by. Everybody wants to know what those are. And you can see the peach Heuchera poking through. It's a little through the weeds. I got to get out here and get these weeds done. You can see some daffodils early spring daffodils have already come and shot their thing. You can see Miss Kim lilac is leafing out. I don't see any flower buds on this one yet. This one's got flower buds on it. I don't know if you can see those. Yeah. So it's getting ready to. And then you can see the bleeding heart is beautiful and would be even more beautiful without the weeds around it. Stinking weeds. All this rain is really making the weeds happy. But there's the bleeding heart. Isn't that gorgeous? Also, the Virginia bluebells are looking very good in amongst the weeds. They would look even better without the weeds, but they're looking very good and healthy this year. Dadgum, I can't believe I can't remember what this was called, but it's looking good right here. These three. And then here's that blonde lavender. Need to prune. I got to do some pruning. I get weeding and pruning. And you can see the alliums have just multiplied tremendously this year. Look at all of them. All the blades. And I can see some bulbs starting to pop up above there, so they'll have blooms on them before long. And let me show you this daffodil here, guys, that is strong and sturdy, standing up. We've had 30 and 40 mile an hour winds every other day, it seems like. Look at this daffodil, and it's gorgeous, and it's big and upright. I mean, I don't know if you can see, but it's standing there upright. That's a gorgeous variety. And there's another one back there that's a double. That's looking very good. I'll get over there in a minute and show you. The Sweet Romance lavender is greening up. New growth. I got to get it pruned back before it gets too big. Here's Columbine. Got flower buds on it. Over there. And over there. Amongst the weed. The turtle head back there is coming up. Let's see. What else is in here? The Marie Britt is coming up. In front of that big pile of grass. It's got to come out of there. Here's the pearl. Onyx and pearl, I think it's called. Instaman. And you can see, I need to cut that. And you can see the oh man, what's this called? Berries. Oh man. Anyway, that's sprouting. Here's a peony coming up. I don't know which one that is because my little markers that I used were not the right kind of markers to be using outside. These little markers did not stay in the ground anywhere, and they're all over the place. I've got to pick them up. These are more for your greenhouse stuff, and I need to get different markers. We're out here. Again, boxwood needs to be trimmed. Here's a Shasta daisy that is a volunteer that I did not plant there that is going to town. It's loving that spot. And here you can see my hydrangea tree standard. Hydrangea standard. A limelight hydrangea standard that no, this is not limelight. This is phantom that I transplanted from over here on the other side of the driveway to this side. It's made it through the winter. It's leafing out. Here's some more serendipity, or this may be the millennium one. And then you can see the remnants of the snow things that have already come up and bloomed and they're gone. Here's another Fritillary. This one's called Purple Fuse. I think this is Persian. And then you can see the cone flowers there sprouting, coming through. A white daffodil that's toward the end of its the triple almost. There's one, two, yeah, it's a double, triple. And people have been asking about the Baptisia that I transplanted last year that didn't look so well when I first transplanted it, and how it's making it through, if it made it through the winter. Well, you can see right here, she is. I haven't pruned back the dead yet, but I think hopefully you can see there's new growth. So it made it through the winter, guys. So it made it through the transplant. I think, as I've said, and as most of you probably know, Baptisia has a long taproot, and they don't like to, once you put them down, they don't like to be moved. So moving it was questionable, but I moved it anyway, and it's made it so far. Here's another daffodil. Look at this one. Look at that. Got little green tints in it, along with the orange. Already toward the end. Here's another one of the daffodil bunch. Oh, let me show you the other crown imperials over here in the front that everybody's asking about. You can see them there already, I think. But then they popped up there. Look how many. This thing is huge. And I can't tell you how many flower buds are on there. But they're absolutely gorgeous, and everybody's asking what they are. And there's a peony, it looks like, coming up in that one. Didn't know that was there. Got them planted kind of close. We'll work on it. You can see for the most part, most of the Heuchera I've been able to keep the critters off of them this winter, and they're coming back. Here's the, oh, what was this? Oh man, this is, oh yeah, Dark Side of the Moon. The Steelby. It's coming up. One there amongst this. Get that weed out of there. There you go. One there. One there. Here's a yellow crown imperial. They don't look as big. They're not quite as big. There's one there. And there's one right there. They're not quite as big as the orange and red ones. These $4 caramels are looking awesome. And there's guacamole sedum, or not sedum, hosta. Here's that big hosta, Empress Wu, coming back. Here's where my tulips, a big bunch of tulips that the deer just kind of ate them before they got to do anything. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I do truly appreciate it, and I hope you have a great day, and I hope to see you in the next one. Arrivederci.